So how did you first start getting into weed?
My sophomore year, I realized I was surrounded by a lot of my friends who were completely into drugs. Like some of my friends were further along, like with cocaine or something, but I didn't necessarily want to go that far. I kind of just wanted to escape what I was going through at the time, so that's how I started. Not just weed, I think it's more of a drugs. Doing drugs is a trend. Like, everyone does it, and if you don't, you're kind of just like one of those people that's kind of like frowned upon. Like, especially living in this town, like, everyone is kind of people who do drugs and people who don't do drugs. We're kind of divided by those, by those limitations. So, drugs, not just weed, it's just all drugs in general is what would be a trend. When I first started, it was more of a positive thing because I could escape and not really deal with what my situation was. So when I first realized it, it kind of just what exactly it does to you. Like, not only does it just wear your body out, but it just it's a waste of money almost, and it's just it's exhausting. Like, your body kind of needs to rest after doing drugs or weed in general. It's just so once I started realizing that I could do much more with my life without drugs and figure things out without being high, that's when I was like, okay, this is a really negative thing, and then I could just do so much more. 2 times, 3 times a week, depending when or what was going on. I would only spend 10, but then I knew so that's a gram, but I knew certain people. Basically, I would just bring very little, and I can just mooch off of other people. Mm-hmm. So I knew people who had a lot, so I was oh, I don't need to bring anything, or I can bring very little and I can still get by with it.
Yeah.
So how much I would smoke would be maybe a bowl or two. Sober.
And why did you stop?
Because I feel like I can do so much more with my life than just sitting around and just going to kick-its and parties where they just do drugs. I almost feel with doing it and seeing my family kind of just suffer from watching people in my family do drugs, I kind of feel like my family deserved at least one person to be smart about how they go about their life. No, because with me, it's if I start it, I won't stop. It'll have to take something really strong to stop. And I've made promises to people yeah, I promise I won't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that you have to look at yourself and say just be it's you start to realize once you stop and you go back to it, it'll be almost worse. Mm-hmm. So for me to stop, it's just it has to be a definite thing in order to get my life into order and get it straight and to get it going. I can't be held back by drugs. Either go exercising, go for a run, or go for the gym, or think about the army. I just think about what my goal is, and what I'm trying to accomplish, so that way I don't do it. But then if I'm just really having a messed up day, I'll message Tori, and then she'll yell at me for an hour, and then I'm all right, I got it, I'm good, I don't need it. If you just want to try it, make sure that you set that up and understand that within yourself, so that way you know what you're getting into, so that way when you go in, you get out, you're done. Because the longer you stay in, the more you want, the higher you want to get, and the more drug you the higher you want to the drug that you want to find that gets you higher. Because weed is known as an outlet drug, so once you get tired of how high that gets you, you want to move on to bigger drugs, and that can mess up your life. So just make sure you get in, get out, get what you want, and leave. don't look back. I made that with myself, that I wasn't going to try anything else, because I've seen what it could do to people, and what it can do to people's families, and it's just like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
It's different from watching just a TV show and seeing how people watch it, like, because it actually happened to me in real life, to see what it can do to people's families. So I kind of just don't want to have to put my family through that again, and have them have to go to the hospital every day to visit like me, or go to a prison to visit me, or to watch me like just like crazy things, like, because when you do drugs, it alters your thinking. It's just like, you don't think the same, you aren't the same person, it changes who you are. So I don't want to, like, if I'm already having a hard time figuring out who I am, why would I want to do a drug that would make it harder to figure out who I am? Actually, like, smoke it. That's when it actually starts smelling like relief. It smells like freedom almost. Like, you have, like, I don't know. Before you smoke, it smells bad, but then when you start smoking, it smells like the sweetest thing ever, because you're just like, oh god, someone's having fun right now. It smells bad before, but once you start smoking it, it smells better. Yeah.
And why is that?
Why?
Yeah, just why? I mean, you said you wanted to be sober. And
Yeah, I want to be sober, but it's like one of those things, it's like when you're on a diet.
Oh god.
And there's like a big ass cake sitting in the kitchen counter, and it's just like, you're on a diet and you know you can't have it, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's like what that is. It's like, you know it's there, but you can't have it.
That inner turmoil.
Yeah. It's like a constant fight within yourself, like, hey, you know, you said that you're gonna do this, so you can't. But hell yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I do want it. It's too much after a while. Like, you just see it, like, you live it, you breathe it, you see it, you're around it, and you get tired of it. You're like, damn, can someone like have an idea to change or make change within this? Like, it's like all your friends are doing it, you're just sitting there watching them. Like, you try to like drop hints, but you don't want to be like that one not stupid, but like annoying, be like, hey guys, you know, you have to change, you have to do this, you have to do that, because who am I to tell someone how to live their life?
I mean, you can. I mean, if it affects them it makes an impact for the better, you know.
But you can't change anyone who doesn't want to be changed.
Oh, true. Very, very true.